if you happen to go to a gathering and there's a group of 10 people in attendance, you're supposed to go around and faire la bise to each and every one of them and then repeat the whole thing when it's time to say bye. Yep, but you'll get used to it. Today we're going to see 6 ways to say hello using French. We're going to talk about formal hellos, informal hellos, the infamous bees, and last but not least, we're going to see how the cool people do greetings using slang interjections. If that sounds fun, sit back and keep watching. Alright, let's jump right in with the formal hellos. First on the list of formal hellos is the well-known bonjour. Yes, I know you're already familiar with that one, even if it sounds more like bonjour when you try saying it. Hey, it's okay, we love accents. Accents are sexy, and I know you can clearly hear mine in English, so we're good. Anyway, you've heard it or read it somewhere, and for good reason. Bonjour is the most common way to say hello to anyone, no matter your relation to them. You'd say bonjour to your boss, bonjour to your coworkers, bonjour to your clients, bonjour to your husband, bonjour to your kids, your friends, and so on. It is the one greeting word in French that is formal but also kind of casual, if that makes sense. Now, in formal occasions, you would always add monsieur when greeting a man, bonjour monsieur, or madame for a woman, bonjour madame, just the way it's done in English. Bonjour is a combination of the word bon, meaning good, and the word jour, meaning day. So the literal translation would be good day, but we use it to say hello, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on the time of day. And we usually say bonjour all day long until around 6 p.m. or whenever the sun goes down, and then switch to bonsoir to say good evening. Similar to bonjour, bonsoir is made of the words bon, good, and soir, evening. You'll also hear rebonjour from time to time to say hello again when you've already said hello to someone and you run into them again. And you can, of course, use rebonsoir in the evening as well. When it comes to informal greetings, salut wins the race hands down. You will hear it a lot, especially among younger people. It means hello, hi, and it is used to greet friends, family, and anyone you're familiar with. Salut is also very practical because you can use it all day long, even in the evening. And the best part is that you can also use it to say bye as well. You know, kill 2 birds with 1 salut. See what I did there? I'm a genius. Now, my personal favorite, my go-to word to say hello to my loved ones, my friends, my family, and whoever I feel very close to is the word coucou. I'd say coucou Sam, coucou maman, coucou ma chérie, coucou so and so. You get the idea. It isn't as popular as salut, but still, it's used a lot in France. And I love it because it's sweet and warm, very casual and cheerful. Think of it as a very friendly hi, you know. When someone says coucou to you, it's usually a good sign. It means they are in a good mood and life is sweet. And it would actually be kind of awkward to say coucou if you're in a bad mood. The two just don't go together. Keep in mind, however, that while both salut and coucou mean hello, hi in English, they are in fact much more casual than their English counterparts. And as a matter of fact, coucou is slightly more informal than salut, so just be mindful of that. And you know, for that reason, you wouldn't use neither to greet the mailman, for example, or the flight attendant, the cashier, etc., the way you would with hi and hello. You would instead use bonjour in those instances. Now, I feel like Libis deserves an entire video of its own since it's so confusing to foreigners and for good reason. There's an entire set of rules around it, and so much so that even us, the French, we feel confused sometimes. If you're not familiar with the term, you should know that in France, greetings are almost always accompanied by la bise, which is, to put it simply, a kiss on the cheeks. It's a traditional French greeting that is so ingrained in the French culture that it's pretty much a reflex for French people. They start you really young, and then before you know it, it's practically part of who you are. No kidding. And before I explain to you how to faire la bise, I feel compelled to tell you what la bise is not. Because I've heard some things, okay? So la bise is not a French kiss. It doesn't involve any hugging and no tongue usage at all. Quite the opposite, actually. There's nothing romantic about it at all. Although, now that I think about it, I remember that back in the days, I would always feel some type of way when doing la bise to my crush. Because you have to lean in, and then you smell their perfume and stuff, and you kind of touch their cheeks, and then it can quickly become romantic in your head. It can seem that way if you let it, but it's not supposed to be, just saying. So pour faire la bise, you basically lean in, apply your cheek to the other person's cheek, and make a kissing sound. Well, you kind of kiss the air, pretty much. You kiss the air while making a kissing noise. And it's actually very important. You don't want to put your lips on people's cheek. That would come off as weird. And yes, if you happen to go to a gathering and there's a group of 10 people in attendance, you're supposed to go around and faire la bise to each and every one of them, and then you repeat the whole thing when it's time to say bye. Yep, but you'll get used to it. I'd say everybody does la bise, women and men alike, except when you find yourself in a very formal business setting, in which case the firm handshake is definitely the norm. But it's very common to see men doing la bise on the streets, but sometimes men only shake hands with other men, that is. Men only shake hands with other men, and boys tend to avoid male altogether. I don't know why, but I suspect it has something to do with image and protecting their sexual orientation or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know. Now imagine having to rap or greet your crew using bonjour, bonsoir, or better yet, coucou. Way too clean and sweet. French rappers and hip-hop artists when having it, and thanks to them you will hear quite a bit of wesh 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 if you ever venture to some neighborhoods of Paris and its suburbs, which are sometimes pejoratively called les banlieues. If you do hear wesh, just know that it's not a song. It's simply cool people greeting each other. And funny enough, I used to say wesh quite a bit when I was a young thing living in France. Yeah, I used to be cool like that back in the days, but then I got old and wrinkled, and that was that. So yeah, wesh is a slang slash street slash hood interjection that entered the French language through Arabic and was then popularized in France through hip-hop. It remains very popular today among rappers and the coolest people on the planet, teenagers. Wesh can mean a number of things, but the best translation for it in this context would be yo or ça. A few examples. Wesh mec, yo dude, wesh girl, you're my G, Wesh cousin, sup bro. Wesh la famille, sup fam. Wesh poto, sup homie. Yes, I know I sound funny saying that in both French and English because clearly it's not how I normally express myself, but you get the idea. Hopefully. Side note, wesh can also be used as an adjective to describe someone as a bit of a bad boy in the street sense of the word. C'est un wesh wesh lui to mean he's a bad boy, he's dangerous. Stay away from him. Yeah. I often hear people go on and on about how important greetings are in France, how they are a standard of French etiquette, and how you will never obtain anything from anyone in France unless you properly greet them first. And that always surprises me because in my mind, greetings matter just as much in every language and culture. You know, I can't imagine that you would abruptly start a conversation with someone in your home country without acknowledging and greeting them first. You know, especially if you need help or a piece of information, if you want to ask for direction or order food, for example, if you're meeting your in-laws or whatever the case may be. You know, I mean, isn't the basic act of saying hello something we all learn during our toddler years, regardless of the country we live in? You know, I'm not quite sure why, you know, some people make it sound like this is specific to France. And as a matter of fact, you know, this is a false statement. You will get what you need from people, even if you skip the greetings. You will get the metro ticket and you will get the food because, you know, there are businesses and we all love money. But the only thing is that it'll likely be served with an attitude and maybe even a lesson about good manners. And maybe that's what is specific to France. People will tell you that you need to greet them. So, you know, if you so happen to come from a planet where greetings aren't a thing, just put your best foot forward and learn these very easy 6 greetings that I just mentioned, you know, and you'll be fine. You know, very easy. I'll sum it up for you. Bonjour, rebonjour, bonsoir, rebonsoir, salut, coucou. If you're kind of cool, you can say wesh wesh, 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 salut la famille, wesh, salut mon pote, all of that. And yes, this video could have been way shorter. I could have just said bonjour, rebonjour, bonsoir, rebonsoir, coucou, salut, bye. But yeah. Alright, that was it for today. I hope this was helpful and I hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel so that we may grow it together. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Salut!